Look, unlike many other years where it so seems that we were able to paint a clearer picture as to where the African National Congress in the province was going as far as its leadership contestation is concerned, currently the picture will only be drawn once the delegates start voting at the plenary. And we have seen yesterday we were covering what the lobby group third term, as they said, we're terming it a head count event, where they say they have counted over 600 delegates out of the 900 that are expected at the provincial conference, and they feel that they're going to be winning. And that's why we spoke to Stan Mathabatha, who's the current chairperson, and also he came out strong to say that he will be contesting for the provincial chairpersonship once again, and he feels that he does not ever entangle himself in a losing battle. So he has already put himself quite strongly there to say that he will come up top. But perhaps let me bring in Dr. Dickson Masemola. He is the MEC for Infrastructure here. He's the former deputy chairperson there in around 2012, and you remember that unfortunately a particular PEC was disbanded and then the administration came in, and now he's a PEC member. He wants to go back to the top 5 positions. That is my understanding. Perhaps let's hear from him. The branches, some of them have nominated your name. Doctor, are you availing yourself to contest the Mathabatha for the chairpersonship of the province?
Well, a very good morning to you and all the viewers throughout the country. It's true that at this point in time, the structures of the ANC in the province are hard at work, preparing for the upcoming provincial conference, which is scheduled for the first week of June. Personally, I've been approached. In fact, not only been approached, but I believe that I've been nominated by many branches in the 5 regions of our province, not to contest Comrade Stan, the current chair of the province, but to contest the chairpersonship of the ANC. And I think that's what becomes extremely important for us to clarify. Many people out there who are orchestrating, animosity, trivializing a very important political process of actually, rebuilding the brand, the organization, the African National Congress. So branches have actually nominated me so far. This process, it is about, giving concrete expression to one of the fundamental values of the ANC, and that is elected leadership. So leadership in the ANC is not arranged, it's not prearranged. The structures of the movement, depending on the characters that they actually assess and take a decision. So they have said to me that, Dr. Masemola, we think and believe that the current leadership of the province have worked very hard so far, and therefore as the term of office is coming to an end, we believe that you need to avail yourself. In fact, we have nominated you and just waiting for the day of the conference to sit. One key important matter that I want to really hint on is that as we prepare for this conference, comrades of the ANC in this particular province, which is the home of the African National Congress, ought to behave. They must be very tolerant to difference of views, of opinions, and not go to the extent that they want to mobilize and build a culture that is foreign to the African National Congress, a culture that brings hatred, a culture that actually promotes insults, and a behavior that does not necessarily resonate well with the true character of our understanding of how the ANC is supposed to be.
Actually, that brings me to my second question now about the political intolerance that seems to be on the growth, particularly not only on social media platforms, but I've seen quite a number of what you may call your comrades going on to insult other people who perhaps will be supporting what is termed your slate in this current stage. Do you feel that there could be a better way to raise differing opinions at this stage, at least towards your conference?
Political arrogance and as well as a belief in triumphalism doesn't work in an organization like the African National Congress. It is an organization that is comprised of various individuals with given intellects and capacities, and therefore a diverse of opinions and views at all times characterizes what has always been the character of the African National Congress. And that is why it becomes extremely important that our thinking capacity ought to enable us to tolerate views of other comrades. Like at this point in time, comrades have preferred that I need to stand. And those who believe in my candidature and the fact that I can actually make a contribution in the political life of the ANC as we have embarked on a very national important process of rebuilding the character, the organization, the ANC. Those comrades must be respected, and there's no way in which we can behave in a manner that we want to actually make a permanent feature of arrogance, of insults, of a behavior that is totally foreign to the African National Congress. So I'm calling upon members of the ANC generally across the province, irrespective of which lineup do they believe in, they must actually conduct themselves in accordance with the true dictates and the discipline that we have been taught about in the African National Congress. At the end of the day, it is the ANC that stands to win. At the end of the day, it is the people of this province who will stand to benefit out of a united, strong, vibrant, and in fact, a campaigning organization that will reconnect with the base and the people of this province, because it is their only heritage, it is their only hope, it is their only instrument that will take them to a better life and, of course, advance that national agenda that is based on our belief system as the ANC.
As we conclude, just quickly, what kind of leadership should emerge from the coming conference?
Well, as a comrade who is standing for leadership, and I've been part of the province, I believe very strong that after this provincial conference, we need to sharpen the systems of decision-making so that we become very decisive on matters that are foreign to the life of the ANC. Restore dignity, restore discipline, restore order, restore normality, and respect generally within the movement and in society in general. That is the first thing. The second thing, I'm looking forward to an ANC that becomes very impatient with matters of unemployment, poverty and inequality, and therefore struggle very hard to recover the economy and create opportunities for our people, for young people, and of course deal with the socio-economic difficulties that our people are facing in the province. And to me, that is largely the movement that must reconnect with the imaginations of the people, given the electoral decline that we have already witnessed in the past few years. So the upcoming conference, in my view, I'm looking to the ANC that will become once again a glorious movement that becomes the only hope for the people of this province, of course, the country in general. And I believe very well that given an opportunity by the delegates of the ANC in this province, in that conference, I will most probably, definitely sure, make a contribution in the life of this gigantic movement of the people of this country, the African National Congress.
Dr. Dickson Masemola, thank you very much. There is, of course, is the ANC PEC member here in the province, canvassing, of course, for the chairpersonship, of the ANC here in the province, and talked quite profusely about political intolerance that seems to be on the growth here, at least towards this particular elective conference.